1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boogie.
Going to the rack. How serious was that move?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boogie.
Man, oh man, I could take a few more of those.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boogie.
And Boogie hammers it on the run.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boogie.
Somebody woke up Boogie. Well timed.
You watch DeMarcus Cousins play, you see all the talent, you see the numbers. Not too many big guys at his size is that agile, that mobile, can shoot the three, put the ball on the floor, get to the basket.
He could be the best big man in the NBA. He got so much physical talent.
Boogie for three. Unbelievable.
Left going to the rim and dunked it on a wind-up right-hand finish.
And DeMarcus Cousins can't go. He's holding that left lower leg area in the area of his Achilles.
It's one of the most unique free agent situations we've seen in a lot of years.
I'm a warrior.
In gigantic news, DeMarcus Cousins has agreed to a one-year, $5.3 million deal with the defending champion Golden State Warriors.
No dropping me to the ground, 'cause it's going down undefeated.
Apparently nobody else wanted DeMarcus Cousins. He didn't get one single offer.
Well, my main goal is to win a championship. That's what I'm signing up for.
When the injury happened, he's getting ready to sign a max contract. So think about that.
Look at the work Boogie has put in just to come back. Think about the work ethic it takes to get all the way back physically from where he was.
I'm improving each and every day. I'm getting strong each and every day. It's just a matter of time before I'm back on the floor.
We're definitely excited to have him. He's been working hard. It's been a long year for him.
I'm looking forward to just seeing him out on the floor, just doing something that he loves again.
He can shoot, he can space the floor, he can do it all. He's a monster on the boards. He's going to be great.
It'll be a lot of emotions, honestly. I don't think anybody could ever really understand this, and I don't really expect them to unless they've experienced it themselves.
This is something that other teams have never had to worry about with Golden State. They can now actually produce offense from the inside out with a true big. Maybe Boogie is the wrinkle in the injection of energy that this Warriors team is really looking for this season.
I'm excited to see what we look like once DeMarcus gets his feet underneath him. I think we got a chance to be really good.
Undefeated.
Well, Boogie certainly gave us a lot to talk about in his first 14 minutes for the Golden State Warriors on Friday. Four-time All-Star, scored the first 2 points of his first game, and then DeMarcus Cousins ended up with 14 points, hitting 3 of his 4 three-pointers. 3D, it looks like that moniker of Splash Cousins, it's going to stick, especially after those open looks he got in his first game. How was he so wide open?
Well, he's playing with great players and obviously playing with three flamethrowers. It's just going to create so much space. So I think he may take a few games to get used to that, to have 3 guys on the floor that any given night they can go for 40 or 50. And on the flip side of that, they're willing to share the basketball. He's going to have to get used to so many guys willing to give him the ball. So when you watch some of these plays, first play of the game, you talk about the dunk. Well, it's because Kevin Durant has the basketball. He comes off the screen. You have to. Gortat has to honor Kevin Durant. He gets the easy dunk. You look at the bench, everyone's applauding. Now you throw him in the mid-post. Look at the patience. He's never had a Steph Curry or a Klay Thompson on the floor at the same time. You have to honor them. Easy layup. So now you're saying flow of the game, great spacing, play good defense, contested shot. Now, wait a minute. Big Cuz gets out run, bumps into a defender, keeps running, and Kevin Durant, once again, unselfish, the perfect bounce pass, Booze. I think Cuz, once he gets into basketball shape, you know this, he's going to have so much fun, less pressure, because you heard Iguodala at the end of the game, man, keep shooting. He's like, I don't want to shoot too much. I've never been in a situation like this. I think he's going to have a lot of fun this year.
Yeah, absolutely. He's playing with great players around him, all Hall of Famers, great coaching staff. They want you to have success. They feed you into that environment. Like you said, Iguodala after the game was saying, we want you to shoot more. You're going to be open a lot because you're playing with 3 guys that are averaging over 20 points a game, playing very well. I think, as you said, as he gets in better basketball shape, he could have some big numbers with that team.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Well, we're out here. The guy with the ball leads. He leads the way. It's your turn.
Hold on now.
Who I get to be?
You get to be Steph Curry.
Get the shot.
Huh?
Here we go.
Now, if you shoot, you got to make it. I'm going to be KD, DMV. You're going to be
Boogie.
All right, let's talk about the first play.
3D.
So the first play, Kevin Durant has the basketball, and he's pointing at Cuz. Now look at the spacing. You got Steph Curry over there, you got Klay Thompson over there, so the whole middle of the floor is wide open. So now he's telling him to come, he sets the screen right here, he turns. Now, because it's Kevin Durant, you saw they have to honor this simple bounce pass. Now he gets all the way to the rim, and he stretches out for the dunk. Now we're going to go to that second play we saw. I'm going to be Klay Thompson now, and you're going to be Steph Curry at the top of the key area. So once again, we talk about player movement, ball movement. That's normally Draymond Green. So now if Klay comes down, hits the ball, we call this a hold. Why we hold? Because all that area is down there. Now I'm going to run over here and be Draymond Green. Now I'm going to set this screen. Now this Steph Curry coming off for an easy layup. You have to honor that, all right? Now the last play, we're going to shoot. I'm going to be Klay Thompson again. You're going to pop out. Now I'm hitting. We're cutting. I'm coming over here. I'm Klay. Now you're cutting to the basket. Now you pop back. Now you're wide open for the shot. And I think that's the part last night Cousins was talking about. I'm going to have so much ISOs or one-on-ones on the weak side of the floor because of all the cutting and all the team being so unselfish.
Yep,
and for Boogie, when he was in Sacramento, he was the guy. And in New Orleans, it was Boogie AD. Maybe you consider Drew Holiday as that similar threat.
Yeah.
But in Golden State, Steph Curry is a threat when he comes past half court. Same thing with Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant. So there's more floor spacing for DeMarcus Cousins. He's going to adjust to that quickly.
Oh, it's going to be great for him. He's going to have so much room to operate. You got shooters spreading the whole floor out. Everybody's at the three-point line. So when he gets the ball on the box right here, he can go one-on-one. Then who's going to double off of?
Right.
Maybe Draymond.
So, no, hold on. Stay there. So you be Steph at the top. I'm going to be Klay. You go a little deeper in the post.
Yeah.
And now, if it's KD or if it's Klay or if it's Steph, we call it hit and hold, or you stay, or you hit and cut. Where are you doubling from? You're going to double off Klay, 14 threes. You're going to double off of Steph, 13 threes. You're going to double off KD. I think he's made 9 or 10 threes in the game.
Yeah.
So this is what, think about this for a second. The Golden State Warriors have never had this. Whew. Think about this for a second. They've already won 3 championships, but they never had a guy that they could throw the ball into the post and guys just space out and wait and you pick your poison where you want to double team from.
And they've also never had a stretch 5. What we mean by that is he had 3 3-pointers in the game.
Yep.
The Golden State Warriors, in this run that they've had, they've never had a center hit 3 3-pointers in the entire time that they've played with a team. It's never happened.
Never happened.
From that point of view, that they're a threat offensively, defensively. Boogie fouled out, but you like that effort from him.
Yeah, that's part of that's just getting back in basketball shape. You know, he hasn't been playing against live bodies in over a year. So he's going to be a little bit behind, a little step slow. His legs going to feel a little bit more today than they did yesterday. But once he gets back in basketball shape, like 3D keeps talking about, those fouls will go down and down and down. And he's going to have a lot of success.
It's just fun, man. It's when you have 5 guys on the floor thinking the same way, share. He has a better shot. I have a good shot. My teammate hits a better shot. Move without the basketball. Help the helper. All those phrases we use every night. He's finally on the franchise and the team that everyone's on the same page, and they're trying to win another championship.
2 in a row. Golden State Warriors looking for that third. Boogie looks like he's going to be a big piece of that. Victor Oladipo had his All-NBA breakout season last year. This year, the Pacers remain near the top of the Eastern Conference standings. We'll hear from Indiana's best player next. Toronto continues to lead the NBA in wins and have now won 8 of their last 10. Doug Smith has been covering these Raptors since the inception of the franchise. He joins us now. Hey, Pascal Siakam is the new exciting toy that they have there as far as his development. Hit the game winner against the Phoenix Suns. Tell us about how that built his confidence even more and the team having confidence in him.
I think, Chris, that's the point, is that now they have another option, they think, at the end of games, and it boost the players' confidence in Pascal to say, hey, we're going to give you the ball, go make something happen. And he did. And it was the first time, I bet you it's the first time in his career at any level where they called a dribble play for him at the buzzer of a tie game. So the fact that he did it, I think, boosts his confidence. But I also think it gives guys like Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry, Danny Green, another thought process at the end of close games that we got another guy who can do something for us.
Hey, Doug, hi, this is Booze. How you doing?
Hey, Booze. Not bad, thanks.
I wanted to ask you, Toronto's been a terrific team all season long. Who do you think is their best competition to get to the NBA Finals, whether it's Philadelphia, Boston, Milwaukee? Who do you see being their toughest competition?
I still think Boston. I know they're scuffling a little bit right now, but they've been there before. Milwaukee the second place, well, by percentage points leading the Eastern Conference and are very, very good. But Boston is that sort of time-tested group. Conference finals last year without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. They got them back. They just played, they always play Toronto great games. They had a great game up in Boston on Wednesday night. I think if you're looking at a matchup that the Raptors would probably not like to have, Boston as a proven winner with a bunch of veterans would probably be it.
Doug, I'm going to be a fan for a second, like I live in Toronto. So my question for you is to use the word the process. How do you think the process is going, making Kawhi Leonard happy? How does Masai Ujiri, from the front office down to the fan base, making Kawhi feel like this should be his new home for the rest of his career?
I think what the organization's doing is really simple. They're leaving him alone. Kawhi, here's the key to the gym. Come and shoot. Do whatever you want to do. The city's nice. Whatever you need, let us know. We'll take care of it. But there's no pressure. There's no all-out full-court press trying to kiss up to him every day. They're letting the team's success and the fact that here he's the guy and he can go about his business not anonymously, but relatively anonymously. And frankly, if you want to win for the next 3 or 4 years, I think the Eastern Conference and Toronto is where you might want to be. I know the Clippers are there, and I get that the Lakers might have some draw, but are they any closer to playing for a championship than Toronto is in the East? I don't think so.
Kawhi Leonard going to sit out tonight. We know he's rested the second night of back-to-backs all season, but they last played on Thursday night, so why is he sitting this one out?
We asked Nick Nurse that just an hour ago, Chris, before the game. He said just the medical people decided that tonight's another good night to rest. And, he did take off Thursday night after he played a lot of minutes in Boston on Wednesday. He had played the most minutes of the season in Washington in a double overtime game on Sunday. I think the cumulative effect is, okay, you know what, if we got to give up a game in January so we got him fresh in April, May, and June, that's okay. This is going to give him a break from he played Wednesday night and then he'll play again until Tuesday, almost a week off. And I think that sort of cumulative rest on the leg is going to be good for him in the long run. And frankly, they operate pretty well without him.
Yeah, and I was going to take you right there, Doug, where I think it's a two-part thing where, one, let's keep our good relationship going and let him have an extra day off. But we've also learned that our second unit and other guys actually have played great basketball this season with him off the floor.
Oh, they've come a long way. Since early in the year, last year's second unit was outstanding, but it changed dramatically this year with Jonas Valanciunas added to it, OG Anunoby added to it when they moved, when they got Danny Green as the starter and Kawhi Leonard as a starter there. So it's taken a little while, but now that they've had a little bit of time to mesh, the team sees it. Their record without Kawhi, I think, is something like 8-2. It's really, really good. And their other guys are being able to step up and be asked to do things that maybe will pay off later on in the year.
Doug Smith, Toronto Star, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Good stuff, Doug.
My pleasure.
Thanks,
Anytime. All right, guys.
He mentioned something towards the end there, and it's Jonas Valanciunas, right? And that's a guy where he was incredible early in the year, and they're bringing him off the bench now. He's been a starter for them for years, and he's thrived in that role just as good as he was as a starter coming off the bench while he's been out. Then you look at what Kyle Lowry, who missed 10 games and is shooting just 32% from the floor since he's returned, yet they still have won 6 of their last 7. I mean, this is a team that it just seems like adversity, what is that?
Yeah, because once again, you bring in a star quality guy like Kawhi, and then you continue to build within. So Siakam's gotten better, DeLon Wright's gotten better, Van Fleet's gotten better, OG's gotten better. So, and CJ Miles hasn't even shot the ball well yet. So that's another guy that we know has, playoff pedigree that can shoot the basketball and help stretch the floor. And then you got a guy like Greg Monroe, nobody wanted, and now he stepped in when Valanciunas got hurt with the hand injury. So it lets you know they're very, very deep. But I think Nick Nurse has done an excellent job letting each guy know when someone goes down, here's your opportunity. Go out there and play. Don't play like you're playing to lose.
Yeah, they've been one of the deepest teams for the last couple seasons, and they continue to prove that now. Especially, you heard what Doug said. They're 8-2 even without Kawhi being out there, which is very impressive and hard to do. It's hard to have that kind of success when your star player's out.
All right, Kyle Lowry started the season hot from the field, leading the NBA in assists, and his shot has really been the thing that struggled. What are you seeing with his shooting? Is it his form? Is it his legs? What do you see as being a part of his struggle?
I think maybe some with the legs, but I thought Booz, because we know he's one of those guys, with his conditioning, I thought he came back the season in pretty good condition.
Yeah.
I think it's a stretch in the season that things are not going well from a shooting standpoint, but his leadership and sharing the basketball, I think it's still premium.
Yeah, Kyle's he's a pro. He's a great pro. He does a great job of getting guys involved. He's still a pit bull out there. They still trust him, obviously. He's a very good defender, good playmaker, doesn't take any plays off. So whether we've seen this before in the playoffs, too, where he's lost a little confidence in his jump shot, but he still played hard and played well. And obviously, they've had great success despite that. So as the season goes along, CJ starts shooting better, he starts shooting better. Team's going to be very good.
Certainly, we're seeing the evolution of the Toronto Raptors right in front of us as they're leading the NBA in wins. And there's an evolution of facial hair here. See, 0 here, a little bit there. Yeah. Boo's got the full beard, but then there is the bearded one. James Harden kind of dialed back on the dress code tonight, right? Yeah.
Put the jacket on.
And you know, that to me is courtside certified. I think when they take it too far, I don't know
Can
about
he pull his pants down a little bit?
Ankle biters.
You got on man capri pants.